Okay, so we want to build and then run this Docker container. So the first thing we got to do is build it, and then we're going to run it. So what building means is it's just going to follow these 4 steps. To build a container, I'll give it a name, and then I'll run the thing. So what we're going to do is say Docker build, and then I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to say like example, I don't know, K8 example. K8, that looks funny. And then I have to give it a path to a Docker file, which happens to be like right here. I'm already in this directory. Docker build -t. Sorry, the T is the tag. We got to give it a tag. The tag is like the name, and that's the name that we're going to give it. So what it's going to do is it's going to follow those 4 steps. Why 4 steps? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to download this container if it doesn't have it already. I already do. And then it's going to run this command. If you're wondering what -p is, -p says if home doesn't exist, it's going to create home, and if dev doesn't exist, it's going to create dev. This allows me to just kind of make these paths even though I don't really know if home exists or not. And if it doesn't, I'll just create it. Next thing it'll do is copy all my folders and files to this location, and then it's going to, well, it's not going to run this, but so we're good to go. It kind of set this command, but it didn't actually run it. So next thing we have to do is run this thing. So I'm going to say Docker run, and then I have to give it ports. I have to expose ports into the container. I know my server runs on 8000 because it's set here. So I'm going to say externally, I want to expose 8000, and that's going to map internally to the web service port 8000. And then I have to give it a name, which is K8 example. And let's see what happens here. This should run it. Oh, and it broke. So it's trying to run my node command, which is step 4 here. And it cannot. It's saying it cannot find server.js. Oh, I got it. I put my files in home dev, and so I have to go there. Alternatively, I could do another step here where I set my work dir to, well, actually, I should do it down here. My work dir is home dev. That way, I don't have to specify this path. You can do one or the other. I'm just going to specify the path, no big deal. So I changed something, so now I have to rebuild my Docker container. I can't just, you know, start this again, because even though I made the change, it's just going to break. So I'm going to rebuild, and I will call this example 2. And we will run, but this time we'll run example 2. Cool. So my server's running at this weird the Docker hash, but this is just localhost at 8000. So let's go here. Look at that. So localhost 8000. Oh, at hello. Cool. There it is. So now we have a container. That's really great. So the next step is I proved that it runs locally. So what's the easiest way to get this to run in production? Well, you just take this container, this thing called example 2, and just toss it into my cluster. It's real easy. So that'll be the next video. Stay tuned.